you have heard a million times that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, I am going to give you a recipe today that will make this the most important meal of your life. Today we're making vegan banana crepes with a cream cheese filling with a blueberry drizzle. This recipe seriously is good enough to eat every single day. So I'm Marcie Hronis, and welcome to my kitchen where we make vegan home-cooked meals that are easy and delicious. So let's get ready for this blueberry sauce. Now, what we need to do is we need to pour 2 cups of blueberries into this pot, and then we need to put it on high so that these blueberries actually start to break down, they start to soften, and they start to become very, very juicy. This is the first portion, the beginning portion of our blueberry sauce. Next, we are going to be getting 3 tablespoons of cornstarch into a small mixing bowl. Then we are going to be adding about 1/4 cup of cold water. Now, cold water is very important for cornstarch because if you add warm water, even lukewarm water, you can actually start the thickening process a little bit early. It kind of gets clumpy. It's not very good. So chilled water is the best for diluting cornstarch. So we diluted this cornstarch. We're actually going to set this aside and we're going to allow our blueberries to start to thicken and really get nice and piping hot, kind of in a boil. That way they can be ready for the cornstarch. So now we're actually going to start making the filling, and this is my favorite part. So we're going to start with 2 bananas. We're going to cut these bananas in small slices because they're going to go on the inside of the crepe. Now, the trick to bananas is that they brown very easily, as we all know. Now, because they brown very easily, they don't become very appetizing. But when I was a little girl, my mom taught me a trick of the trade, and one of the tricks is that you can actually add apple juice concentrate or pineapple juice concentrate to your bananas, and they don't brown. How amazing is that? So I'm going to throw these in the bowl, then I'm going to run to my refrigerator, and I'm going to grab some apple juice concentrate. But while I'm there, I'm actually going to grab all my ingredients for my filling, for my cream cheese filling. So I'm gonna get a couple of vegan cream cheese. We're gonna get some agave, some vanilla extract. I'm gonna need some milk for later on. So I'm gonna try to get all this over here at one time. So here is my apple juice concentrate that I'm gonna just toss into these bananas. A couple of tablespoons. We're good to go. We're gonna mix these up, kind of coat them really evenly, and those are perfect. We're gonna set these aside. Now I can actually hear my blueberries going over here. Yep, these are looking really great. So I am going to kind of squish them a little bit to encourage the juices to come out. They're looking good. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure my cornstarch is still dissolved. Then I'm gonna add this really slowly because I don't want to add too much cornstarch. Just add enough to where it thickens really nicely. That is looking perfect. A little bit more. That's good. I don't know if you guys could see this, but it's wonderful. Okay, so since that is perfect, I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn this off, and I'm gonna move it to a different burner so it could start to cool. Now, once it starts to cool, it's actually going to get a little bit thicker over time, so try not to over thicken that. Okay, now that that's done, we're gonna set it, now that that's done, we're actually gonna go back to our cream cheese filling, which is my favorite part. So we're gonna start with, we're going to go ahead and start with the ingredients here. So we're gonna put all this into a blender, And I'm telling you guys, this is the most delicious cream cheese sauce you will ever eat in the world. I am not exaggerating. I really feel like you guys are gonna absolutely love this. So we're gonna start with some apple juice concentrate. We have about half a cup of apple juice concentrate. I love these blenders because they have measuring cups on the side. Then after that, we're gonna do 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Just gonna go ahead and kind of eyeball this. Then we have 1 cup of firm tofu. And I love these little firm tofus because they're super easy. They come in these like 2 packs and they come ready to go. So from here, we got our tofu. We're gonna place that in there. Then we're gonna use our cream cheese. Now I love this tofutti cream cheese the best. I feel like it actually has a really good cream cheese flavor to it. Mimics cream cheese to the best that I have ever known. Then we have a little bit of vanilla extract, a little bit of agave. Then to finish this recipe off, we're just gonna do a pinch of salt. We're gonna stick this in the blender, blend it up, and make my favorite sauce in the world. Yep, there it is. It's right there and it's perfect. And I know you guys are going to just die over this sauce. So excited. Okay, so we blended all that goodness until it was smooth. Now we're gonna set it aside until we are ready to use that. Hopefully it lasts long enough because I wanna eat that. I wanna eat that so bad. Okay, so now we need a secondary blender to go ahead and make our crepes. So we're gonna pull out our crepe pan. I love making homemade crepes because most of the times crepes that you get in the grocery store, they have a lot of extra ingredients. They have a lot of extra fillers to extend the shelf life on, of the crepes, and they have a lot of added sugars, and we don't want any of that. It says in Counsels on Diet and Foods that food should be prepared with simplicity, yet with nicety, which will invite the appetite. So God is saying that we need to have simple, delicious food. Now, you don't have to be a professional chef to make these crepes. Sometimes in my mind, I get a little intimidated because, you think of crepes as being something gourmet, but I'm telling you, they're super easy. So we're gonna start with a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Then after that, we're gonna do 1 cup of whole wheat pastry flour. Kind of got a little overexcited about that pastry flour. Then after that, we're gonna do 1 cup of oats. Now with the oats, it's really super important to use whole oats. We don't wanna do any of these quick oats. We don't wanna do any of the oats that are overnight oats or anything like that. We just want old-fashioned oats, 1 cup of old-fashioned oats. Then after that, we're gonna do 2 cups of unsweetened almond milk. You can use 1 cup, you can use 2 cups of any non-dairy milk. I like almond milk the best because I like the nutty flavor. Then we have 2 tablespoons of raw agave and a little bit of salt. 2 tablespoons, that's about 2 tablespoons. And to top this off, a little bit of salt. So we're gonna go ahead and stick this on our blender. We're gonna blend this up until it is smooth and hopefully very creamy. Okay, let me go ahead and check this out. You know what? I feel like it needs to be a little bit thinner. So if it needs to be a little bit thinner, you just add some water in there. Okay, now we're ready to make this crepe. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be pouring about 3 tablespoons of batter in the center of the pan. Then I'm gonna be swirling this pan around, and this is when I feel like a real chef, is when I get to swirl that pan around. So over here I already have a pre-made crepe that I'm gonna be starting to fill for you. So I'm gonna be putting some bananas in the center, and then I'm gonna be putting some sauce in the center. But I kind of, I love studying the connection between God and health. In Ministry and Healing, it says that cooks should know how to prepare simple food in a simple and healthful manner, and so that it will be found more palatable as well as more wholesome because of its simplicity. Ooh, that crepe is looking amazing. So I love that quote. I love sharing that with you. So now we're going to actually be pouring some of the cream cheese sauce in the center. Now, technically speaking, you're probably supposed to drizzle the cream cheese sauce, but this is so good, I can't even imagine drizzling it. You guys have to pour it on. So then after that, you're gonna roll it. From there, we can actually go ahead and plate it. Delicious. Let me go ahead and flip this crepe over here. Perfect. So after that, we're gonna go ahead and drizzle some drizzle some blueberry sauce on there. Here you go, folks. Breakfast of champions, or desserts, or lunch, or breakfast, or dinner, or whatever you want it to be, because this is absolutely amazing. These are pretty much a dream, and I can't believe how delicious these are. These crepes are full of delicious, creamy filling and sweet berries. It's like a berry cheesecake inside of a crepe. Doesn't that sound like absolute perfection? To find more recipes just like this one, you could go to valmarhealth.com and you could get my cookbook called Believe It or Not. It has over 93 vegan recipes that are plant-based. To get this specific recipe, you can go to valmarhealth.com and get it for free today. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, whether therefore you eat or you drink or whatever ye do, do all to the glory of God.